Good morning. This is Bill from Audi Europa Naples, and today on another misty and muggy, well, it's not that muggy actually, it's kind of nipply out, but that's great. We've got 4 Econoline vans running the quarter mile down the street in front of our dealership. That's exactly what we need. You know, there's a lot of reward in doing a quarter mile run in a bone stock 30-year-old Ford Econoline. I mean, it must be thrilling. Anyway, I have on this misty Florida morning, and you can tell there's mist on the car. It was indoors. I pulled it outside. It's instantly misted up on the roof, the hood. I gave up. I was wiping it down. I gave up. The hell with it. We're just going to do it misty. 09 Audi TT Prestige S-Line Roadster. No, this is not a Roadster. This is a coupe. The top stays fixed. More of a Cayman than a Boxster, if you will. This is internally designated as the 8J. It's the Mark II TT, the second generation. A little bit wider, a little bit longer than the first generation, which I hear is iconic. Frankly, I was never taken with the first TT. I mean, it looked more like an upside-down bathtub than even the old Speedsters, but I mean, people went nuts for it. They absolutely loved it, even though, frankly, it wasn't as good at being a sports car as it looked. But they did address that here with the second generation, the Mark II. They made most of it aluminum. It's, truly the second aluminum Audi. It's not like 70% aluminum. It uses an aluminum space frame. It's much lighter than the prior version. Audi claimed it was 15 seconds faster at the Nürburgring than the first generation. A big claim, but I believe it turned out to be true. And all in all, much more of a driver's car. They made the weight distribution a lot better than it was in the first gen. It has a big heavy motor up front and not much in the back. So, it took some tinkering to make that smoother. Of course, has an incredibly great drag coefficient. In this particular trim, it's really gorgeous. You've got these optional 19-inch wheels, the S-Line package, these enormous dinner plate front brakes. You got twice pipes at the back, this cool little Audi TT gas cap, if you will. And look at the mist there. Look at that. Again, driving me insane. All I do is clean up mist every morning. You see this little rectangular cutout? That's a rear spoiler that lifts at about 75, a little over 75 miles an hour, comes back down again around 50. And in part, that was made to address the concerns on the first gen that it was a little bit ass-light, so when it was going down the road at real high speeds, the rump end would come up, make it loose, and cause some problems. So that was made to address that. You can see the lines are gorgeous. They made this car both more masculine and more feminine at the same time. Feminine in terms of its sort of feline look, like a poised cat. Masculine in terms of its stance, the big flared-out wheel arches. Look at there's basically nothing behind the rear wheels. I mean, the thing is really front heavy if you look at it. There's a lot more up front than there is in the back, but they've done an excellent job of concealing that with the design. De Silva or something is the name of Audi's chief designer, and he had a lot to do with this car. The headlights are swooping and gorgeous. Big fog lights down low. That sort of Audi triangular, trapezoidal, whatever the hell shape. I was never good at geometry. I was an English major, so don't get mad at me for not knowing my math. But in any case, that sort of corporate Audi grille probably looks better on the TT than any other Audi. You see the little quattro badge in there, all the big air vents, letting that big 3.2 breathe. Yeah, I don't know, pretty. I like the S-Line badge on the fender, the thin, rather attractive turn signal indicators on the front of the mirrors, little shark fin antenna on top. Again, the first gen of this thing was basically a Volkswagen Rabbit. Well, people are going to get mad at me for that. Okay, Golf, a GTI, call it whatever you want. But set up to be sort of a wealthy person's Golf, if you will. I don't know what the hell I've done with the keys. It's fantastic news. Where the hell did I put them? And this is just super. All right, I'm going to pause for a minute and go look for the keys. I don't know where probably when I got the rag. I'll be right back, sorry. Okay, keys found, and we can get back into it. You can see it's quite a selection of keys it's got here. I've got 2 big master keys and these weird little TT badge things. I'm not entirely sure what they are, but we'll figure that out. I don't know, I guess there's no pinch thing. Anyway, look at those big twice pipes down there. You've got the 3.2 Quattro badge, this optional motor. Very, very nice. Big, long hatch in the back, Porsche Cayman style, fold-down rear seats. The woman we got this from, this was really a pride and joy car for her. She kept it covered inside the garage. It was being used just down here as her seasonal car, so that and another big SUV, which of course is what she drove. Women just love giant SUVs. I mean, unless it looks like and handles like an aircraft carrier, women just don't seem to be too interested in it. But to her credit, she did buy this TT. She just didn't drive it very much. Anyway, you can see the original floor mats there. It's got some sort of net thing so you can, you know, stuff your children or cats in and keep them tied down securely. And anyway, pretty good cargo area back there. Nice little place to grab here in front of the latch. And look at all that, the LED. I can't remember, you know, it's even super advanced, ropey LED, fancy taillight stuff that they're coming out with these days. Filaments are long gone, but very stylistic and attractive taillights and headlights in this car. Have a look under the hood. So there is some debate about what motor suits this car the best. A lot of guys like that 2-liter turbo that they can come with. Frankly, I'm a bit, you know, give me displacement. I want more displacement, and this one has it. This is a 3.2-liter V6. Again, this woman who traded it, her credit, she ordered it set up with a 6-speed manual gearbox, so very nice setup. Most of these things have, you know, DSG transmission is great, but if you're a purist, the 6-speed manual is the way to go. Fantastic engine in this thing, direct injection, variable valve timing, about 263 horse. Of course, that's made at Audi's incredible all-wheel drive system, the Quattro system. The gearbox in this thing is cast out of magnesium, so it's very light. The A-frames or whatever, the front multi-link, the rear multi-link suspension was new in this Gen TT. The front, they added a lot more aluminum to the McPherson strut setup to reduce weight. So quite a bit lighter, this car, than the prior version, even though it's a fairly bigger car. Anyway, everything mint and terrific. The thing has like 25,000 miles on it and always been indoors. So essentially a show car under the hood and outside. And everything really just lovely there. Oh, God, this mist. Oh, God. Look at those beautiful big, what are they, 7-spoke, twin-spoke alloys with big, giant brake discs. Really pulls this thing down to a stop in a hurry. 19-inch wheels. Absolutely lovely. Get inside. Okay, here you can see a very, very attractive set of sport seats in lovely leather. They also have the S-Line logo embossed on them. They're very supportive, so if you're doing, you know, big, crazy, wide-open runs around the Nürburgring, you're not going to end up on the passenger's lap. Everything's real nice back there, or, up front. In the back is a different story. If I could figure out how this... Look at this. Again, here's what the German engineers... You know, give me a thing that pulls like that. That's intuitive. What is this? What is this? I mean, why reinvent the seat pull? Anyway, whatever. You can see beautiful leather in the back. You'll be able to stuff a couple of kids back there. Your Canadians to go in there, they won't have a problem with that. They'll be happy to get back to dinner there. But anyway, otherwise, briefcases, travel bags, kids, dogs, you know, sheep, whatever it is you stuff in the back seat, you can stuff them back there. Those rear seats also fold down, so if you need more cargo, you got it. These are power seats, which is nice. A very simplistic door panel. I mean, it's nice soft material, but doesn't, you know, for a car that frankly is quite expensive, you know, in the north of $50,000 range, I feel like the door panel should look a little bit more prestigious. I mean, there is some leather stone into it here, which is nice. You got your power windows, you got your power mirrors, you got Bose sound speakers, but, you know, that could be on a VW, which I guess essentially this thing kind of is, but anyway, very nice tight door panel, proper. You're not going to mistake anything. It's not too ornate or anything. Nice little door pull, at least that's stylized. And, you know, all in all, it works fine. Okay. Nice solid thud when you close the door. Let's fire this thing up. Surprisingly roomy inside the TT. You know, you're going to be more, you know, like a big guy is better off in a TT than a Boxster. I got the defrost going, which is fine. Hopefully it's not too loud while we go through this, but at least we'll be able to see. I'll just give it a minute. I'll turn it down. Ah, the hell with it. I'll turn it down now. It's a constitutional obligation to provide. All right, we'll go through some things. Okay, this steering wheel. I mean, here's the example of some of the touches that Audi does. It's cast out of magnesium, so it's very, very light. Even with the airbag, it weighs next to nothing, which is quite cool. You got multi-function controls. You got your voice command, your volume. You can scroll through different radio stations this way, or other features depending on what mode you're in. You've got a very nicely laid out. By the way, TT is named after a motorcycle race, if you can believe that. That makes a lot of sense. There was a company called NSU that, you know, made a bunch of race cars and race bikes, and they extensively raced in this Isle of Man motorcycle race, one of the most famous and most dangerous motorcycle races in global history. It's been around forever. And anyway, the NSU was bought by the VW Group in 1969 and absorbed into Auto Union and became part of Audi. But, you know, they kept that whole TT race at the Isle of Man going, and that's what this car was named for. So essentially, this Audi car is named for a motorcycle race, which seems a bit strange to me, but VW Audi always does have weird names. Very, very cool vents. I like the metal surrounds. You turn them on and off by twisting them. They're easy to aim. Little guys here, all very nice. Steering wheel, I like the perforated leather here, leather up on top, nice little subdued airbag, very nicely laid out instrument cluster, nice and simple, good visibility, good ergonomics. You got your, you know, basically 6,400 RPM tach there on the left. You got your 160 mile an hour speedo on the right, your fuel gauge, your temp gauge, little driver information center. Over here you got your automatic headlamps, your dimmer, your, you know, that sort of thing. It's right out of a Mercedes, truly, that design. I suppose Audi's had it for a while. I like the 3 center vents as well. Nice. The way everything's just sort of slightly angled towards the driver because, of course, obviously that makes sense. Not too deep a dashboard. You've got Audi's, to me, it's a baffling MMI system. It's all very optional. So, of course, you get your navigation, you know, your satellite radio, that sort of thing. Let's see if we can open it up. I don't even know how you do that. Is that that? Yeah. It's behind there. Look at that. We get memory card slots, DVD, all that. Lovely. You know, all the little setup buttons here. But the way it works, so let's say we go to the radio. All right. So here we are. We're on, you know, FM. And you can see these 4 things at the corners. You've got tuning, presets, band, sound. They correlate to these 4 buttons here. So if I want to go to sound, I'm going to press this bottom right, and that's going to give me the different things. And now I can scroll through using this thing. And how do I go back? Return, I guess. Okay. If I want to go to tuning, I press this. Now I can tune. If I want to go to the presets, I'm over here. So, you know, again, I guess it's intuitive, but it always sort of, I don't know, it always seemed a bit mystifying to me. Down here you've got your climate control, there's your thermostat. This is a nice design. I like the 3 protruding knobs with the chrome surrounds. Defrost up front, defrost in the back, which I'm going to hit. You see our detailer's done a stellar job of wiping it down in here. Here you have a bona fide ashtray if you want to take up smoking. Very nice, stylistic 6-speed manual gear shift knob. This thing, you can see this little shock lit up. That means this has the magneto-hydrodynamic propulsion. It's a Caterpillar drive, so it's going to be absolutely silent. Okay, I'm sorry. I go into The Hunt for Red October sometime. I just absolutely loved that movie. Some things on this ship don't react well to bullets. What it is some sort of a magneto suspension. Works a little bit like the Mercedes-Benz ABC system. It sort of senses the road and stiffens the shocks accordingly. It's an expensive option, like $2,000 or something. And what it does is help the car handle better, becomes a bit sportier. All very, very nice stuff. You have electronic stability protection program. That's your traction control. Good luck breaking this car loose. I mean, honestly, with this quattro system, even with the traction off, if you manage to break it loose, you're not getting it back. It's going for, you're going to be a passenger at that point. It just sticks to the road like nothing else. I loved all the brushed aluminum, and you're really, really pretty. Being the Prestige, they give you this little leather armrest thing as part of the e-brake. Nice. You got a set of books in here and a CD changer. Lovely. Oh God, down low if I reach over. You can see again how meticulous this European woman was. She kept the window sticker. She kept all of her service records in there. So everything since new on this car. Absolutely lovely. And I'll zoom in on that so you can sort of see what we got going on. So again, with the price over 50 G's for this one, including the S-Line and the Prestige model and brilliant red, black 6-speed manual, all very lovely, all very well equipped. Rare to find one so unmolested like this. Just 25,000 miles and a one-owner car. Up here you've got a compass in the rearview mirror. I'm gonna get the defrost going for a second. It's self-dimming, you know, lovely. You got your home link up there, your garage door opener. Sort of a nice fabric-y headliner, and also real pile carpeting, which is quite nice. So, bear with me on the noise for a minute, just getting the defrost so we can see. Not the fastest defrost in these cars. I guess it's starting to come in right over my head, which is good. Go for a spin. Really good turning radius in this car. Let's see if I can do this without backing up, without clipping the bumper on any of these. See, I can. Most of these cars I have to back up a little bit. All right, it's just too noisy. Let's turn that off. We'll just see what happens with driving. So instant torque out of that 3.2, and again, that's what I like about it. I mean, I know the turbo's not bad, but the 3.2 really gives you just a lovely amount of torque. All I have to do is learn how to drive a stick and we'll be set. Got a lot of traffic here. It's nice in the morning now. Nobody, I mean, they speed up. They just do not ever want to let you out. Even this guy works for the county. I mean, our taxes are paying his damn salary. You think he would be nice enough to let a taxpayer merge into a lane, but no, of course not. Probably a miserable person. So the 3.2 also gives you a really nice exhaust note. I'd crack the window so you could hear it, but then we get some wind noise. But you almost wouldn't need a radio in this car. I mean, if you're making your way through a twisty road and, you know, you feel, you know, all the corners, the torque, the sounds, the thing is just a real mechanical, has a real mechanical loveliness to it. So doing a little crossbody shifting there, but what this thing is much more of a sports car than the prior generation TT. I mean, you can feel it in the steering. It's rack and pinion, variable assist, but they don't get it too in the way, so you still get some nice steering feel. You get that lovely torque out of the 3.2, absolutely gorgeous feel from it. You know, precise shifting from that 6-speed manual, really nice clutch feel. Incredible brakes. It just feels a lot more like a true sports car than the TT that came before it. And I think that was part of Audi's mission. So they succeeded in that. You know, originally designed to compete with the SLK and Boxster. You know, this thing's now a Cayman competitor. Man, lovely. So there it is. If you have an interest in this car, you can give us a call, talk to little Richard. He's, you know, Monday will be a little bit cranky. You might want to call him tomorrow. 2009 Audi TT S-Line, one owner, 25,000 miles, brilliant red, black leather, optional suspension, optional nav, just a lovely car all around. This thing's a real sweetheart. 239-298-8000 on the web at aenaples.com. Thank you so much for having a look. We appreciate it. We'll see you with the next one. Take care.